Well, hello everybody. It's so great to see you guys again, or maybe perhaps I'm seeing you for the first time because I have not made any Web3 gaming content, at least on my own YouTube or Twitter, since really March 2023. So this video feels honestly a little awkward, a little weird because I didn't really think I'd ever be making Web3 content again, at least not personally. Obviously, I'm working for Champions Ascension right now and doing some of their content, but I haven't gotten in front of the camera and just talk to you guys for quite some time. So I don't know if this is my comeback video. I don't know how much content I'll do again, but I wanted to come here today to explain why I got into Web3 gaming, pretty much completely quit Web3 gaming, and now I'm back. Essentially why Web3 gaming, NFT gaming, crypto gaming, whatever we're supposed to call it these days, is one of the most ugly and disastrous industries you could probably be a part of. But I'm here for a reason, and there's some cool, beautiful things also going on beneath the surface. So first of all, why did I get into Web3 gaming in the first place? How did that happen? Well, my dad got me into gaming when I was 3. I grew up on the Sega Genesis. I've been gaming ever since that. And fittingly, he also got me into crypto back in 2021 when he showed me, hey, this is more than just magic internet money. There's actual products and smart contracts and NFTs and other stuff going beyond just the magic internet money. And with the personality I have, I'm not like a huge full tech junkie, but I like to dive into different interests I have. And so finding out about this, I started to, look into white papers and read about NFTs and try to understand the space and, buy different tokens here and there just to see what would happen. I would just use my extra side money for fun when I just went out to DoorDash because my wife was in her master's program. We didn't have time together. I was like, hell, what am I supposed to do? I guess I'll go out, do some DoorDash, and then put that money into crypto and let's just see what happens. I wasn't going crazy. I wasn't the Bitcoin bro, the crypto bro, or whatever like that. I was just like, let's just explore the space and see what happens. And as I explored the space, I think it was Crypto Banter that actually got me into the first idea of, hey, NFTs are being now used in gaming. Of course, when I heard that, I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm interested in this crypto thing now. I've been interested in gaming for literally ever, my whole entire life. Let's check this out. And as I explored, of course, a lot of these things started making sense to me. Hey, I can own my own gaming assets. Great. When I'm done with the game, I could sell it off. The skins that I actually buy, I'm actually owning. I can be rewarded for my time and actually promoting the game as a content creator, besides just like the YouTube pennies that I'm getting, right? And so I took my experience as a Web 2, if you want to call it that, gaming creator that just mostly did it as a hobby for about 6 years at that point. And I was like, hey, let's try that out with these crypto games. As many of you know who watched my channel back in the day, I made a beginner's guide to Splinterlands. It really popped off, and I started to just really hone in on Splinterlands because that's where I was doing well. And of course, being new to crypto, being new to the space in general, I was pretty naive. My whole goal, my thing was I wanted to be the guy that helps the krills, the small people, because a lot of these people were whales who were in crypto forever. They were buying up gaming NFTs that were tens of thousands of dollars worth. And I was like, okay, well, one, I literally can't do that. I don't have the money for it. But two, I don't really want to do that. So, what's a more reasonable approach? How can we approach this from spending, $50 a month like I would on gaming and just my whatever Switch games instead of that, just put it into these crypto games. Let's just see what happens and see if I can teach and help other people to do the same and approach this from a reasonable space instead of putting your whole life savings into it. So I did that for a while, and then another crypto company hired me on. So I worked in the space. And I was about in this space for, I think, around a year and a half full time. Unfortunately, the longer I stayed in the industry, the more abuse, scams, incompetency that I saw. I mean, this is just startup heaven, right? And so you have people all over the map that have never run a business, never have done anything. And then all of a sudden they are potentially the CEO of a new company, right? Which, of course, that happens outside of the crypto space as well. But this is just, obviously this was the breeding ground for it because it's new technology. And I'm not even talking about people that I worked with. I'm just talking about connects, people, the more people I talked to, friends that were in the space, just the, oh my gosh, absurd stories. I wish I could tell them all because just some of them are so freaking crazy. And man, it was just so hard to continually watch that. And while there were good people, there were good projects, I think overall, I just felt like I was starting to support something that was ultimately more hurtful to people than the help that I was potentially generating. It made me lose sight of why I was there in the first place. It made me lose sight of the potential good products that were coming through this space, or potential for good products. And eventually I just quit Web3 altogether, and I left to start a coding bootcamp to try to go get a normal Web2 job. So yeah, for 5 months, I was pretty much Web3 sober. I just wasn't interacting with the space. I lost all traction with my followers, Twitter, YouTube, people in my Discord. And maybe perhaps played a little Splinterlands here and there, but for the most part, I was just completely out. I think I signed off and said, I think I'm done, just completely done. Obviously, trying to find a tech job in this day and age didn't go well either. And so the real reason I came back to Web3, if we're really being honest here, was because I had a hard time finding a job in this space. Or really, not in this space, just a job at all. Before this whole thing, I was a youth pastor. I wasn't looking for church work again. So once you're kind of put in that box of church work, no one outside of that knows what your skills are, what any of that means. And then you try to go to, a normal Web2 job and you tell them that you worked in crypto and they're like, what? What does that mean? Like, are you a scammer? Like, are you a bad person? Like, why are you in this space? And so very hesitantly, I reached back out to some of my Web3 contacts, people that I trusted, some of my friends, and said, hey, if there is a spot somewhere where I feel comfortable enough, where I believe and trust in the team, I believe in the product, they're actually building a real game, I'm willing to come back out and help. And that's why I took this gig at Champions Ascension, because I could actually see, hey, there's a real legit game. I like playing this game outside of my free time. Honestly, it's still an alpha, but I could see this being a game that even if there wasn't crypto attached, I would still just play it for fun. Again, I didn't know if this was just going to be a temporary thing or if this is where I was committing myself again in this space to be here. But while working at Champions and working with the team there and getting to talk with other teams as we partnered with them or just talking about things that we could do together, I've realized how many people and projects here now in 2024 are legitimately trying to solve real problems and real issues. Because the Web2 gaming space, if you don't know this, is also a complete mess and disaster as well right now. So yes, there's plenty of projects out there that are scams, plenty of people just promoting products to try to pump their bags and cash out. There's just tons of still messy things. I'm not saying that we're way better off than we were when I left in 2023 or when I was working there in 2022. But that being said, there are legitimate people here trying to push the gaming industry forward into new territory. And whether that works or not, we'll see over the years to come. But at least there's people trying new things, trying to build legitimate products. And that's why I'm here. It's not to make krills into whales, not to make myself or other people rich. The motive is I want to be here helping products and projects that are here legitimately trying to build something, trying to innovate, trying to do something new, and actually care about gaming as well. This space is honestly just incredibly messy, right? The beauty is that someone like me who doesn't have a background in gaming or marketing or crypto can come in and contribute in meaningful ways, also because I knew how to create a YouTube channel, right? Obviously, I have other skills as well, but at least on my resume, back in the day, there wasn't a whole lot on there besides church stuff. So there's a lot of cool opportunities that I got to do and still get to do, even though, maybe in the other parts of the world, I wouldn't be able to do that. I think the hard part and the ugly part about this industry and why I would say is one of the ugliest industries is because it gives that same opportunity to people that are here to lie, cheat, abuse their way to the top. So I guess if this video goes anywhere or gets any traction, I hope it gives you motivation to, yes, while we talk about the cool products, the cool projects, the things that we get paid to promote for or whatever, the projects that we're in, that we're also okay talking about the dark side, the ugly side, and that we're not afraid to share those stories as well. So stay strong if you can. We'll see what happens in this space. I'm excited for what's ahead. And I don't know if this video here means that I'll be coming back to content, but I do have a couple content ideas in mind. So stay tuned for that. We'll see if those come to fruition. Yeah, thanks for watching, y'all.